Alright, first video of the year. I think this is 2021. Here's where we start. The new higher quality hose this year. It's a Flexzilla. Now, I wonder why there's a pause option on this video, just to stop. Yeah. There we go. That's where the water comes in. That's the first filter. I like these Stanley Max liter hoses too. Zone 4 over here, this one here, goes down into another filter and then into that red hose. And that red hose is what feeds the greenhouse. These other two are for the green beans and the tomatoes. Woohoo! Found the magic pause button. Some onions in there. This is that old bed for those of you that aren't new. It had all the different raised beds inside of it. That's why this comfrey's coming back up here. Thought I killed it all off when I dug up the bed, but apparently not. Remember the yellow cherry tomatoes, yellow pear tomatoes? They've been in the ground a week. We got the red cherry tomatoes. They've been in the ground about a week. Back we got some squash and zucchini. We got some cantaloupe. Some watermelon. I haven't got the irrigation hooked up over here yet. We've got 6 20-foot rows of bush beans. There's a row on each side of the soaker hoses. Here's where they run. And then back into the splitter. We got the tomatoes. 2 25-foot rows. 30 plants there. I think I put one about every 17 inches. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 30, 32 tomatoes, something like that. Doesn't matter, I don't guess. They're all better, boy. We come over to the cucumbers. This is where the peppers are going to go. And I can run another hose up front if I need to for whatever I want to put up there. I'm not doing anything with the straw bale garden this year. I've got to renovate this area. Another project for this year. Using a galvanized tub for compost this year. We'll see how that works out. It's got a bunch of holes drilled in the bottom. This is the newest addition. This was this spring's project. I got 2 25-gallon fabric pots in my spiffy new greenhouse. Just got done putting 25 radish seeds in this one here. It's supposed to rain for next week, so I wanted to get that in the ground. This has got potatoes. There's a few underneath the straw here. I saw them yesterday. And there's some more. Here's that red hose that feeds the greenhouse. And it comes back into this 4-way splitter. Got one that feeds the hose for the fabric pots. Eventually that'll have irrigation, but I haven't made it that far. It'll be timered. We've got the leader hose and the power that run into the greenhouse. A 50% white shade cloth on it currently to help keep the temperature down. Solar exhaust fan. Yeah, I know. I need a better mounting system, but the wind's only blown it over twice, and temps weren't bad that day, so no harm, no foul. I transplanted the tansy into this tire, and it went fucking batshit crazy. I pulled those out of the first bed you saw when I tore it down. They've been in there about a month maybe. Not much wind right now. It's supposed to storm the next week. I'd like to thank the gracious state of Missouri for granting me the power to grow my own cannabis. Hopefully the gnomes will keep everything under control. I think this is going to be their new hangout. Got his blueberry. Got some marigolds and some basil. They're there for companion planting to help keep some of the bugs away. Wonder if you can hear me over the fan. We've got some cilantro, some lavender and dill, cantaloupe, watermelon. Welcome. That's some comfrey that I dug up out of that first bed. See, there's a timer in there. There's another filter in the line back there behind the timer where it comes in. We got one line running this 10-foot of Flexilla hose. I really like it. It's nice and pliable. It's a decent hose. Got some more basil and marigolds. That's some horseradish. I just transplanted it yesterday. That's why it looks so rough. Some dill and basil. Doesn't look like the gnomes have moved into this lavender and marigold pot yet. I'll have to see about that. Here's some blackberry kush. I did some low stress training and some top feeding yesterday. That's why everything's bent down like that. I've got some Bluetooth meat thermometers in the soil there. And they run up to this little device. Lets me know what the soil temp, at least on those two, is. I may get some more, but those two have run consistent, so I'm guessing everything's running about the same. Got an intake fan pulling in some air. This is a, I don't know, we're going to call it a magic vent opener. Depending on the temperature, the compounds or ingredients or whatever the hell you want to call it inside that arm right there expand and open that window. It starts opening at about 65 degrees and it's open full open at about 80, I think. We got some temperature up there. That'll give us some temperature and humidity up top. We've got another temperature and humidity device down bottom. During the day, there's a 4 to 6 degree difference temperature between the top and the bottom. Did some pretty heavy duty pruning on the trees.